What's up, guys, and welcome back to Scarborough Fishing. I'm Bailey Scarborough, and today we're talking underspins and blade baits. Let's get to it. So, for this time of the year, especially for white bass fishing at the creeks and mouths, whether they're going into rivers or they're going to more open body of waters, I love using a blade bait. And the blade bait that I always choose to use is damiki Volt. This thing is amazing. You can move the snap either more forward on the bait to have more of a tighter vibration, or you can move it back to have more of a subtle, wider vibration. This thing is amazing. It has 3 different points for you to be able to choose from. Now, when it comes to damiki Volt, I switch out the hardware. I switch out all the hardware. What I'm running is the Owner all-purpose snap on top. Now, I don't know the weight rating on this thing, but I will tell you that I snagged a 12-pound, 2-ounce carp and brought it right into the boat. Had no problems and no worries whatsoever, so it can at least hold up 12 pounds. Now, as for the hooks, those are Owner ST36 with a hyperwire. Owner hyperwire number 2. Now, the Owner hyperwire number 2 is rated for 37 pounds. These things are amazing. And in case you're wondering, the damiki Volt comes with a size 5 treble hook. I upgraded it to a size 4. Just a little bit larger hook, and these things are great. They're not exactly like a EWG. They don't exactly pull in all the way, but they're also not completely forward. They're just a hair bit back. So this will increase my hookup ratio. It will also keep those fish from coming off as bad. And like I said, I either use a standard bait fish color or a complete flash color. These things are just amazing. I use either a 1/2 ounce or 3 ounce weight, and these things just kill white bass. They just can't stand it. I use a typical retreat on medium heavy, moderately fast action, moderate action pole, and I will take it and I will set it down at the straightforward position, what they call is a 9, and I'll pull it up to either 10 or 11 in cold water. When it becomes water temperatures end up growing up to about 49, 55 degrees, I'll go all the way up to 12, but not as much. And so I'll take that and I'll pull it up and I'll wait. Feel it vibrate up. This bait will literally vibrate up and it'll pendulum down. And that's a really great way to go ahead and get them. Another retrieve that you can do is almost the exact same with one slight difference. You pull it up and you let your body lean in with it. Pull it up and lean in with it. This will give you a little bit of slack on your line. This is actually from Mike Iaconelli, is the one I learned this from. This will allow that bait to vibrate all the way up, and when it falls, it'll fall one way, fall the other direction. He says it gives more of a natural fall to it. I don't know about that. I've never seen a fish down that far vibrate up and go to die. I've never really watched a dying bait fish, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if it's more natural or not, but I'm going to trust him on that one because he's more of a professional angler than I am. But yet still, I got this bait from watching Tactical Bassin. I got the other retrieve from watching Mike Iaconelli. Definitely love this. I have caught several white bass on this, and even I've snagged a couple carps. So that's always amazing too. The next one I'm going to talk about is the underspin. The Picasso single barrel underspin is probably my favorite of all time. It's got this little plastic keeper to the underspin. This thing is great. I love the plastic bait holder right there. This thing is just absolutely wonderful. Works well in the water, looks great, all natural. You can either get the unpainted or you can get the, if I can get it out right here, the shad. Now I usually use this when I'm using any type of Tennessee shad color, or use the standard unpainted. I think they call it plain. When I'm using like a Pro Blue Red Pearl. There we go. Sorry about that. And so yeah, those are the main underspins that I use. I also use a 6th what's it called? A 6th Divine underspin. These things are also great. If you notice, they have a little bit larger blade to it, just a hair larger, and these things are absolutely wonderful. One thing you have to notice about this is that screw lock on there. It's really good for holding baits. A little difficult to get your bait on, but I don't mind it at all. And to put on these things, my favorite, especially during cold weather, are these Largo Sheds. Either use a 4-inch or a 3-inch Largo Shad. You can see here, I have the Tennessee Shad color. I also got the Pro Blue Red Pearl. Absolute favorite colors of all. And one thing about these Largo Shads, if you see right here, they have an extra little tab right there. You can see it right there. And that tab you can leave on. It has more of a tighter wobble. It won't go as far as fast. And all you got to do is take that thing, rip it right off. It's more wider, faster action. This thing works great for any type of weather, whether it's cold weather or warm weather. All you do is just take that little tab, rip it off, ready for warm weather, leave it on, suitable for cold weather. And I really love them. They're not the only thing I use. I also use D-walkers. I have actually caught a crappie on the 6th Sense Divine Pro Blue, that's really hard for me to say, Pro Blue Red Pearl D-walker. This thing is absolutely great. These things also have more of a wider action to them, and they have a little bit of a roll to them as well. So that's really good. I use those especially when things are hitting the top water. And one of the things I really love about these is how durable they are. Unlike your standard Kyteks, these things are incredibly durable. They're just this harder plastic. Like most of anything, as you see, it really doesn't have a lot of stretch to it. It does have an opening on the bottom and a slight opening on top. I don't know if I can get y'all to see that, but right there, these Divines work perfect inside of there. What I'll do is I'll cut off a little bit of that nose. I'll take like my thumbnail or a pair of scissors, cut off just a little bit, thread it on there, and that hook will just immediately go up inside of where that section is right there, and you can see it already wants to sit where it wants to be, and it's just absolutely amazing. I love it. It's really a great bait for more of your warmer weather, but absolutely great when especially when they're breaking water, chasing bait fish. Another bait that I really love to use, and as you can see, I got a whole box full of them because these are my absolute favorite. Anytime I want to go to, that's what I go to, is of course the Kytek. Now this one is the Pro Blue Red Pearl. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the color that I love the most. Absolutely beautiful and wonderful. I absolutely love running Kytek Pro Blue Red Pearl and the Tennessee Shad. Those colors, hands down, are my 2 favorites. I also do run whites, because white's a really good color run as a swim bait. It just looks natural, looks great. Other than that, I really don't throw out a lot of colors. You'll hardly ever see me use any chartreuse. I think I got one chartreuse square bill in there. That's really about it. You won't really see me run anything like that at all. But as for underspins and blade baits, that's mainly what I use right there, and they work amazing. Like I said, I've caught white bass off of underspins and crappies. I've also caught spotted bass and all kinds of white bass off of these. They're just absolutely amazing, and so that's mainly what I use. So have fun out on the water. Catch a big one for me. I'll catch you out there.